Do you accept responsibility?
Well, we don't accept responsibility for the charges of using violence, but certainly Hizb-ut-Tahrir has been instrumental in Uzbekistan and Central Asia in working to topple tyrants and dictators like Islam Karimov, who boiled their opponents alive, and we're at the forefront of political work in Uzbekistan in that respect.
He said today, the President, that the aim of your sect, as he called it, was organised disorder. The aims are hatred and aversion to the secular path of development. Do you accept that?
Well, on his orders, his security forces have butchered at least 200 innocent civilian protesters in cold blood, so I don't think he can lecture us about the values and morals that Hizb-ut-Tahrir subscribes to. This is a man who very much oppresses his people. Hizb-ut-Tahrir is working for an Islamic state in Uzbekistan via political means, and it's unfortunate, really, that the West has as an ally the likes of Islam Karimov.
Yes, I'm just trying to establish where you stand rather than where you think the President stands. He says that overthrowing the constitutional order in Uzbekistan is one of your main tasks. Do you agree with that?
Definitely, to remove these tyrants and place them in the dustbin of history is something that people all over the Muslim world subscribe to.
And what would you replace him with?
We would replace him with an Islamic leadership, which would be a strong, independent leadership with an independent judiciary, which would not be subservient to the West, which would not fight a war on terror, which is, for all intents and purposes, really a war on Islam, and which would look after the interests of the Muslims, unify the resources of the Muslims and her people under one leadership.
Have you any way of measuring what support you would have for this in Uzbekistan?
Well, in Uzbekistan we have some 20,000 of our members in prison. Independent journalists have suggested that in the Fergana Valley and surrounding areas there are 10 million supporters of Hizb-ut-Tahrir. We believe that there is now a groundswell of opinion, which means that the political change we've been working for decades is now on the horizon.
And in brief, there's a government in waiting, is there?
We believe there is, yeah. I mean, we have all the systems in place, economic, judicial, political, social, punishment system and the like, and we have excellent thinkers and scholars who are in a position to implement the Islamic system. Unfortunately, those thinkers and scholars in Uzbekistan today who have spoken up against the tyranny of Karimov are inhabiting the prisons and are not in the position of ruling, but we believe the tables are about to be turned.